Hello everyone. In this video, first of all, we will learn how to create a table in React.js and how to fetch data from an API to the table dynamically, and also we will learn how to edit the data, how to delete a record, how to add a new record, and also you will learn Axios library, HTTP request and response requesting library Axios, and also you will learn how to use JSON server in your own React app to create a fake server to test your applications. So we will create something like this. Okay, let's add a new record. It will be the end result. Okay, for example, call@gmail.com. let's add it. This record would be added. See, the 9th record has added, and let's edit it. Update, and let's update, add it, and let's update it. See, the record has updated, so let's back delete it. So the record has deleted. So we will create something like this. So this video will be very helpful with you as a beginner. So let's get started. Before starting, if you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel and also like this video. Yeah, so for this project we need first of all to create a server, a fake server to test our application with that. It means to fetch data, to post data to that. So for that we will use JSON server. So the first thing is to install JSON server. So to install that, simply write npm install JSON server. I have already installed that. Okay, after installing, let's come here. This is the JSON server that we have. Okay, so after that, create in your root folder a file by the name of JSON. Okay, see, this is the db.json, whatever name you assign. So I assign db.json and assign a few records to that. Okay, whenever you assign the records, so then run this command. Just write JSON server watch and our file db.json. So it will run our server, JSON server. So let's move to this URL. We will see the records that we have. This is the records that we have. So now we will fetch these records and we will display them in the table. Then we will perform operation on these records. So let's start. Close this and let's come here to the app. So first of all, let's create another component by the name of, for example, table.jsx, and after that we will write our code here. First we will fetch data from that server, okay, from this fake API, from this db.json file. So to fetch the API, first of all we run our application. So we will use effect hook here, and let's write array dependency here, and here we will call our API. We will use Axios with that. For HTTP requests we will use Axios get our URL. Let's write this as our URL. Sorry, copy this and write it here, and after that we will use promises and we will get a result. So we will just simply console now our result, and if there was any error, catch that, console.log the error. Let's call table in app.jsx. Let's call that. Yeah, that has imported. So now let's run our application. So to run that, we will just write npm run dev. Let's move to this URL. Let's press this and let's move to console. And the console, we will see the result that we got from our fake server. Let's come here to the console. See, this is the object that we fetched. Okay, the data. These are the data that we have. So now let's print them in a table. So just come here simply to the table, and here we will print our data. We'll just write table, and inside table we will, first of all, what we would like to display, ID, name, and email. Just these three things. Just come here, just table, sorry, we will write head, inside the table row, inside the table head, ID, name, and then the email. And also another column for action, we will write update and delete. Okay, so now let's render our data dynamically. T-body, and here we would like to render our data dynamically. We will write, so for to render dynamically, first we will assign this data that we are getting to our variable. So let's create that const data set data is equal to use state hook. It is an array type with us, we will assign array to that, and instead of this we will write set data, we will call that, and we will write result.data. Data will be assigned, data will be assigned to this variable data. Now let's use that data.map user and index. It is a unique value with us, and let's write here table row, and we will assign a key to this, that would be index, and here inside we will write table data. Inside that write user.id. Yes, we have the ID, so let's check them. We have ID and name, then email. Okay, let's come here, and we will write name, and after that email. Yeah, we rendered our data, so let's check that. The data, why it's not displaying? So result.data, okay, ID, there is no problem. Yeah, let's refresh it once. So let's check it. Yeah, data.map user dot ID, user.name, and user.email. The result for not displaying the data, that we should write a return statement here. Okay, if we are using these curly braces, so then we should write a return here. If we are using parentheses, these, then we don't need curly braces. Okay, so let's remove this one also. Yeah, so it will return now the data for us. See, the data has returned to us. So now let's make it a little bit, add some CSS design to this. I will add some inline CSS design to this. So I have added some design to my table, okay, to this table, and the table design is, I wrote in this app.css file, just this design. Okay, I imported that in this file, table file. So now let's add two buttons for the edit and delete. Yes, button has added this. So now first of all we should create a forum here under this table. So by pressing that we should add a new record, or we can create on the top. So let's create a forum first of all. And inside that create a forum, and we should have two input fields. The first one would be input type text, placeholder, enter name, and the second one would be enter email, and also we should create a button. By pressing that add, we should add a new record. So let's check it how it looks like. Yeah, it looks like this, but we will add some design to this. I will add some design CSS styles. So I have added some design for this form. This is the design that we have added. Okay, this design just for that, and it looks like this now. So now whenever we enter some data here, by pressing this we should enter that here. Okay, so let's do it. First of all we should store the input fields of these two forums. So for that let's write name, set name is equal to use state hook. This would be email, Now let's change this value on change event. On change, just create a function and set name e.target.value. It will assign the value that we are writing in this input field to this name variable, and also the same for email. Yeah, just make it email. Yeah, this set name and set email is used to update this name and email. So when we press this button, we should call a function. So just come here on submit event. We'll call handle submit. Let's create this handle submit function. Is equal to event event default, and here we should add a new record to our data db.json file. So for that I will write axios.post. we will post the data and our URL would be this. And then we will post our data to that. Our data would be name, the ID, name and email. Okay, ID, name and email. And for the ID should be unique with us. So for that I will write something like this. Okay, const ID is equal to data dot length minus 1 plus 1. So it will get for example, we have 3 records, that will get us the 4th. If there is 4th record, it will get us the 5th one. Okay, we will assign that to the ID and we will store ID inside here ID. Then we will get a result. So let's print first the result, what we are getting, console.log result.page, and there was an error. Yeah, let's try it. Let's come here and we will just move to our console. Let's come here, let's add a new record, holly.com. let's press this add button. So we got this data to 1. See, the record has added, but the ID has not updated. Okay, the ID is not correct. We should make the ID. So let's come here, data dot length. Oh, we should write here dot ID. Okay, so let's try it again. First of all, yeah, let's try it again. That record has added, but the ID is incorrect. Okay, so first I will remove that record. Let's come here to the db.json. I will remove this record. Yeah, it's okay. So we did it. It's okay. So now let's press add button. See, the record has added, and let's refresh our page. Again, what we got, let's check it. Again, that is not okay. So let's make the ID correct. So let's simply write like data.length plus 1. Okay, so it's okay now. So let's remove all other records that we have. Let's remove this and let's refresh our page. And we have these records. So let's enter a new one. And let's press add button. So a new record would be added here, and that's the ID is 6. Okay, 2 4, we have 5 records and the ID of this is 6. Okay, so if we refresh it, it should be added here. That has added, but it should refresh automatically. So for that we will just write here location dot dot reload. Yeah, let's add a new record, or reap@gmail.com. let's press this button. See, new record has added. This is the new record which has added. So now whenever we press this edit button, we should edit that inline here in this table. Okay, so let's come here to our code. So whenever we press this update button, let's come here. Yeah, this edit button. So let's call on click event. We will call handle edit. Okay, let's create we should pass our ID to this function. So let's create a function here, and we don't need this. We just simply write parentheses, and here we will pass our ID. To pass ID, we will write user.id. So let's create this function now, handle edit. Come here and create that here. Const handle edit is equal to, here we will get an ID inside this. So now we will store this ID in a variable. So let's create that. Const edit ID set edit ID is equal to use state hook. By default we will pass for example -1. Okay, because we don't have minus records in our table. So by default we have -1. So later I'll explain why I did that. Okay, so here whenever we press the update button, so we will update that record set edit ID. We will update that to this ID. Okay, we will assign now to this edit ID the value that we have, record ID that we have clicked on that. Okay, so after that, let's now whenever we are printing data, so here we will, instead of this rendering table row, we will render a forum. Okay, to display here two input fields, and here are an update button. So we will write like this. Okay, if user.id was equal to with the edit ID that we have. Okay, whenever an ID became equal with this ID, so then we will render this part of code. Okay, otherwise we will render this part of code. Okay, this part. So now let's write instead here a table row. Yes, let's remove this one. Control Z. In this table row, now we will render first of all the ID as we have here, and then we will render a table data input field inside that. That would be text, and the value that we would like to update. Value is equal to with the user dot name, and also we should have another for email. So let's check it how it looks like, and also we should have a button. Sorry, button that would be for update, to update the record. So let's check it. For example, I would like to edit this one, so let's press it. See, we have this name and this input field. Okay, so now whenever we update this, and by pressing this update button, we should update the record. So let's come here and just, so whenever we are updating the value, we will store that somewhere, and change is equal to, we will just write as we have written in this input field. Okay, we will use the same code, and we will use the same variables. These where are the names, this name and email input fields. So let's come here, instead of this, let's write that on change. We will update the name and also the email. Here, right here, set email. Yeah, we will update this name and email. After updation, whenever we click this button, on click, and we will handle update, call this function. So let's create this handle update function. Just simply come here, const Control V, handle update is equal to here. Let's create that. We will update now our record. We will use Axios dot put. We will use put method, and we will use our URL. This is our URL. Copy this. Then we will pass our ID, okay, slash plus edit ID, okay, the ID that we have stored already in this edit ID variable. And then we will pass our data. So to pass the data, we will write like ID is equal to edit ID, and name is equal to name. We can write like this, and simply we can, if we write like this for short notation, that is also okay. After that, we will get a result. Let's console the result, and also let's refresh our page. We will write like location dot reload. It will reload the page, and also we will update our set ID. Let's set edit ID to -1 back. Okay, we will update that to the -1. Dot catch if there was any error. Console dot log error. Yeah, I hope it will work perfectly. So let's try it and let's check it how it works or not. So let's, for example, freeze this one, edit. Okay, let's change it. It is not updating, so we cannot update that record. Unchange set name. Just come here. So let's declare two more variables, more state variables to update our values. So for that I will just simply copy these two. I thought it will work, but it's not. We will just add update name, and also we will assign it update email, and update set name, and update set email. Okay, so let's call these methods now. Update set mail, and also update set this, and let's call it update set email, and also for, and instead of writing this value, we will just use here. Let's come here. Whenever we press the update button, so whenever we press this update button, we call this function. So here we will update these values. Okay, we will update our values. So here in this handle edit function, we should get first of all a record based on ID. So let's simply copy this, as we got all records. So now we will get based on an ID. Okay, we will just pass here ID plus ID. Okay, we will get a record based on ID. So writing like this set data. So instead of that, we will just right now update this, update name, and update email. So just come here and update our uset name, and we will write result data. We will get the first row dot name. Okay, get the name from that, and also update the email. Okay, we got the record. We will get the first record. Okay, it means that the first that is, we are getting an array. So we are getting the first record and the name of that. So now let's write here, instead of this, we will write update name and update email. Those variables that we have created. So now let's check it. So let's refresh our page back from scratch. Let's press edit. We have this, but we didn't get our record. So let's check where is the error. Just come here. Yeah, update name, set uset name, uset email. Just come here to handle edit. Yeah, 3000 plus ID. Get. Okay, that is okay. That then result. So let's first of all console that. Console.log result, what we are getting. Let's come here, refresh the page. Let's come here to the inspect. when we are coding, so we are facing with these issues. So let's press edit. So we got this data, okay. Data result.data.name and email, okay, everything is okay. So then what happened? If you write result.data, we will just simply remove. Let's remove this. It is not an array, it is an object. So will it work or not? So let's check it. Yeah, let's refresh it. Let's press this edit button. We got this data, okay, and also it's okay now. That was not an array, so it is okay now. So now if you would like to update it, so we can update it, okay. For example, let's remove this name from that, and also let's remove this from that and make it .com. So let's press the update button, and our record has not updated. So let's check now. Handle update. Here we will just user/id put. We used put, okay, and we passed our ID, name, email, and then result. What was the result? So let's inspect that. For example, edit. Let's write something like this. Update it. So by pressing update, so let's remove this. We'll just come here. We will result. Display the result. Update. So we got this data. ID 9, name and email are empty. Okay, so let's check them. Name and email are empty with us. So while we are updating a record, so we should pass update name and update email. We should pass those values. So now let's check them. Edit it, and let's also comment down it, uncomment this. So it will work now, okay, it will work now. Yeah, let's refresh our code and let's edit it. Assign it a name, user main.com. Let's press the update. Again, not updated. So sorry, we should write here name is equal to and email, because in the server we have name and email field. Let's update it now. .com. Update this. See, the record has updated. Let's edit this one. Halil update, and let's add here 1 2 3 4. Update it. See, the record has updated. So it was all about addition. So now let's perform the delete functionality. Whenever we refresh this delete, we should delete that record. So let's move to the delete button. Yeah, it is our delete button. Whenever we click on this, unclick, handle delete, and also we should pass our ID to that, user.id. Let's make it a function. Yeah, let's create this handle delete function now. Let's come here and const handle delete is equal to, we will get the ID, and we will just instead of put, now we will, let's like write our code like this, okay. Same to this, we are writing something like this. Let's copy this, paste it here. Instead of git, we will delete it now. Yeah, delete. We will call delete method, and we will pass our ID, and finally we will get a result. Let's remove this, and we will update our location dot reload. Yeah, it is okay. So now let's come here. So let's press delete this one. See that record has deleted. Let's delete the first one. that record is also deleted. So it was all about these operations. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and also like this video and comment down. Thanks for watching.